Good day, Lotus aficionados. Today we have Hot Wheels number 247 of 250 of the 2022 season. It is the Lotus Emira. I believe this is going to be the last internal combustion Lotus, according to some articles I read online. Everything else in the future will be all electric from those guys. It makes you wonder, are collectors buying up the last of the petrol-powered cars? But is that a smart thing to do? Because in 20 years, will there even be gas stations around? I mean, you can't really home brew gasoline, so I suppose you could home brew biodiesel. Anyways, looking at some stats here, there's two engine choices: a supercharged V6. More interesting is this inline 4 of only 2 liters and 360 horsepower. It was developed with AMG. Lotus is saying it's the most powerful inline 4-cylinder ever made. This is coming from the Lotus website itself. Either way, you get around the same performance, though. 4.2 seconds, 4.3 seconds, 0 to 60. Alright, look at these images here. I think the blue is actually matching pretty close to the photograph's blue. Granted, color correction and displays are different. Looking at the side profile, you can see the wheel choice that Hot Wheels did is very, very similar. Very smart wheel choice. Looking at the roofline, the front end, the back end, it does look like this car. And then the rear, we got some exhaust pipes there, the vents, although there's no paint, but pleasantly we do have the taillights, so that looks pretty good too. So yeah, the wheels, obviously, they are a good choice. The base is black plastic, and so they're carrying that across for this area here. And then the vent detail as well of the interior piece. So that's pretty smart. Very voluptuous. Curvature is going on here. The whole top and the roof, it's all the same piece of plastic, but they molded in a way where the midsection here is looking like a different solid plastic compared to the clear windows. So it's very smart what Mattel does there. You can see the badge. It's a bit oversized, but it can actually read Lotus, so that's nice. And then I love that they have the printed headlights, much better than just a solid block of silver or white. And then we have the vent details here. Unfortunately, being a mainline, casting issues, a lot of extra metal going on there. This side's a lot better, of course. I gotta say, this surface finish isn't too bad. This one might be one of the earlier pulls from the mold. And then that internal or base plate here is carrying over the plastic here. Nice texture and some vent details there. Is casted in vent. I'm just going to add some black paint later. The exhaust pipes do look like tubes, kind of, sort of, very thick tubes, but tubes nonetheless. Some venting back here, no license plate of course, and then Lotus is legible, and well, not the best printing of the taillights, but better than I can paint it, so I'm very happy that they did that. So, okay, the interior details, you have some, actually something going on there. I don't know what that is. It's like a box or something, and what is that? They always put in some weird stuff like skateboards and stuff. It's so shiny that I can't tell what else is in there. It's just a box and an indentation behind it. So dashboard, seems alright. I can see a production. Where's the seat? There's no seat on that side, I don't think. Or maybe there is, but it just has some letters on the floor. Alright, there is a seat. Steering wheel. Okay, well, good enough. Obviously, it's a Hot Wheels. It's going to roll very quickly. I always forget. Check the wheelbase. So the wheelbase is 2575 in the real world. So let's see what scale this thing is. I'm going to go axle to axle. I don't think those bumps are matching up with the axle placement. So 39.5. 165 scale. It is possible this is actually 164 scale. Let's try these bumps, because you see this axle here is way back from that bump. But on this side, it's not. So maybe I'll do this middle of the hump to hump here. So this is 39.9. So let's see. There we go. Divided by 39.9. And 165. Alright, it's not 164 scale, but it's kind of close. I don't know what kind of wheels I'm going to do because these are so similar to their original ones. I'm going to have to see if they have some optional wheels available for this car. So here we are with some alternate wheels that you can get on this car. Every photo I see has red brake calipers, but I painted mine yellow like the stock vehicle. So I'm not sure if these wheels come with a special performance package or it's just that you buy these wheels, you get red calipers, but whatever. The only other thing I did is I took a Sharpie and poorly applied it to those vents back there. It seems like the car actually has blacked out exhausts, so no need to paint those silver. And then I reused the stock axles, and I have some poster putty to keep the thing from rolling so the brakes are always in the right position. And that's it. Alright, let's take a look at a few other Hot Wheels then. So I did this Lotus concept car a ways back, or actually I don't even think I've posted it. I'm not sure which I'll do, if I'll post this before or after. Probably after, because I want to show you their most recent castings. This thing's really old. This thing is, well, it doesn't say how old it is, but I think it's quite old. Anyways, this was actually never a real car. It just became a scale model, but it was designed specifically for Hot Wheels. Giant wheels on that thing. In the Lotus tradition of lightweight vehicles, we have this old Triumph TR6, I think it is. Yeah, and I 3D printed some mini light wheels for it. There. I guess we'll do one more because it's my favorite sports car. The relatively recent casting of the regular road-going McLaren F1. There we go. I think I might have to add some putty to this because the brake calipers. Anyways, so yeah, still a cool casting. Had to add a little paint and stuff like that here and there, but so scale-wise, this Triumph would no way be this big in real life. That thing's huge. That's a small car in real life. So I think these two could, you know, live in the same universe. This thing was never a real car, so I guess that could be considered realistic. But I feel if it was a real car, it'd be small like this, or even smaller, maybe more like a real scale TR6. Alright, well anyways, we're dwelling on things that we can't really change, so another fine casting, and it's a car I really didn't know anything about, so it's nice to learn about these things by collecting Hot Wheels, and you don't have to pay a lot of money to do it either, so it's understandable why there's so many channels talking about these things. So, alright, I appreciate you guys checking this out, and I'll see you in the next Hot Wheels vid. Bye.